So one of my good friends, David, flew out to come see me in Dallas, unfortunately after he got into a car crash, but it's given him the perfect opportunity to reset everything. We're gonna be spending the next 2 weeks together so we can get a brand new offer up and running for him. And I'm gonna be breaking down things like how to get more leads, more appointments, have the right automations, and just scale with structure. He paid a good amount of money to get access to me and the strategies that I learned in the past few years. So make sure you guys take notes because you're gonna be getting all of that for free today. So let's get straight into it. I'm here with David. He's one of my close friends. I'm basically just gonna be walking through every actionable thing that he needs to do to get his offer up and running, kind of just get him on the same page, whether it comes to offer, like getting leads, getting appointments, right? Nurturing the leads, making sure that they actually come onto the call. You know, they like him, they know who he is, you know, they know he's unique, they want to buy, they're already qualified, and just making sure that he can do that at scale. So basically, I'm just going to be running through everything with him. That way, you know, he can get his offer up and running. But I guess just like introduce yourself, bro.
My name is David. I'm from New York. I ran a video marketing agency that did about 16K a month. And, I had a really bad accident last month and I just decided I need to live my life. So I dropped everything, whatever I was doing, came to Dallas, came to meet Tuda, and I'm starting something I actually want to do, which is a fitness offer, which Tuda is helping me for.
So your offer, I know it's a fitness offer. You know your ICP, right? Your ICP, yes. Just so I can write this down.
So it's Christian men, specifically gym rats.
Okay, gym rats. Christian gym rats. Wait, what? Is it just men, or you can also do women?
Well, Christian gym rats is just...
Okay, so it's just Christian gym rats?
Yeah.
All right, so that's who you're targeting? What's your specific offer?
So I'm going to be helping them build muscle, specifically 10 pounds.
Okay, basically with your offer, you want to have 4 things. So it's like helping these people lose 10 pounds of muscle, right? These Christian gym rats. So you want to obviously like call them out when we're making the creatives, which is I'm gonna walk you through that with like ChatGPT. We had our own ads kind of go through ChatGPT as well, but it was offer is like lose 10 pounds, right? So like one thing to note is when you're having an offer, you want to have these 4 main things. They're really, really important. So on a winning offer. So 1, you want to have a bridge gap. So you want them to basically have desired state, or you want to go from current state to desired state, right? So current state to desired state. And then you also want to have a unique mechanism, right? An irresistible offer, which is a tangible, right? You losing 10 pounds is already good. So irresistible offer. And then finally, you want a risk reversal. So those are the 4 things that you want to basically make sure your offer is good. So how I would build that is like initially call them out, right? So Christian gym rats. By the way, you already have lose 10 pounds, but like say you're going to do another offer, or for the people watching, do you even know what a bridging gap is? So basically, let's say you're running like a B2B offer, for example. Let's say you help them, you know how some people, they'll have an offer and it'll be like, hey, get 30 leads, right, in the next 30 days or something. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, hey, how do I make my offer better? So they're like, okay, in order to make my offer better, instead of leads, I'll help them get from, instead of leads, they'll convert them to appointments for them. So the offer is better, right? But appointments isn't what they need, right? It's not what the client needs. The client needs, actual clients. The person needs clients and sales. So basically you want to get them to the end goal rather than give them everything besides the end goal. So for example, it's like, I'll teach you how to have better form. I'll teach you how to get into the gym consistently. That's not what they actually need. Maybe they think that's what they want, right? Your offer wouldn't be complete if you were offering something like that, but the end goal is so that they lose 10 pounds, or maybe they add 10 pounds of muscle. People want better form, so they they have better hypertrophy. If they have better hypertrophy, then they build more muscle. Make sure that your offer is the end goal. So it's like build 10 pounds of muscle rather than saying like, oh, I'll help you have better form so that you hit hypertrophy better, right? So that's what I mean by bridging the gap. The unique mechanism, I guess, do you have something to call like that uniqueness of like why they should work with you?
Add 10 pounds of muscle.
Add 10 pounds of muscle, but like what's the unique mechanism?
And then this is without needing to bulk or get
Okay,
back.
so like the risk reversal is without needing to bulk, right?
Yeah.
Without needing to...
Dirty bulk.
Yeah, to dirty bulk. Okay. Another thing you could do is like, say in a coaching program, you can also do like, or they don't pay, right?
Yeah.
Because you're going to be holding them accountable to actually hitting the gym every single day, right? So it's like your inputs and their inputs as well. But like say they go every single day and they don't get the progress that they want, then they get their money back essentially. So it's like you could also do or you don't pay, right? Without needing to dirty bulk is also could be part of a unique mechanism. But since you're specifically targeting Christian gym rats, you can also do something like be a better Christian, like and be closer to God, right? That's something that you can do.
Yeah, that is one aspect of it. It's like grow in terms of physical and mental and spiritual.
What do you want to call that though? Like it's like be a better Christian and be closer to God, like package it in a way that people can understand. It's like, hey, I can help you lose 10 pounds. I can help you build 10 pounds of muscle, taking them from A to B. I guess like wrap it up. Like, I guess, have you thought of like a name to call your program?
No, not exactly. Nothing yet.
Because I remember you talked like off camera. Well, you talked about like, it would be like the Trigon regimen.
Yeah, the Trigon regiment. I
Yeah.
just didn't know whether I would stick to that name. But Trigon regiment, just like
Trigon.
easier.
Trigon regiment. I don't know, Trinity something. Like it's basically based for Christians. Okay, Trinity regiment. So Christian gym rats gain 10 pounds of muscle without needing to dirty bulk, or you don't pay. So when you use like the unique mechanism is like. So let's say they come on to, when you're actually nurturing them, when you're running through the nurture sequences and when they're watching some of your content after you've set the appointment, that is where the Trigon regimen and what your unique mechanism is going to come in. So let's say you're running ads though, right? If you're running ads, you don't need to put the Trigon regimen or anything like that. Just make it have the call out. Once you have the call out, just make sure that there's the offer, right? The irresistible offer, something tangible, and then a risk reversal, and then a learn more at the bottom. So basically what that's going to look like is, bro, once you have the offer, it's literally just getting appointments. So like, I don't want you to overcomplicate it. Just literally just run the ads. So like, it's going to look like this. So like I use ChatGPT to make these ad creative. So it's like, make me a 1080 by 1080 ad creative using my offer, right? Whatever your offer is. So using my offer of quotation marks, this, or you don't pay. So one thing, when you're doing the call out, make sure the text is big so that they can actually see it. You can actually call them out. Make sure Christian gym rats is big text. And then learn more button at the bottom. That way there's like some sort of call to action that like, okay, they're actually really gonna press. And then make the entire thing gym themed. Make it gym themed. Right. So this is basically going to look nice. It's going to be catered towards your niche, your industry, and it's also going to call people out. You can literally just generate it like this, bro. Make me a 1080 by 1080 ad creative using my offer. Christian gym rats gain 10 pounds of muscle without needing to dirty bulk, or you don't pay. Make sure Christian gym rats is big text. Learn more button at the bottom. Make it gym themed and unique. Yeah. Just literally paste that in, and it is going to just generate for you. Okay, so it generated for us, right? It's literally just this. What you want to do is just make like 50 different variations. Make them all look different. Maybe you don't have to put in like without needing to dirty bulk. Maybe it's just gain 10 pounds of muscle, right? Test that out. Make sure you always have the or you don't pay in there so that, there's actually a risk reversal on the ad creative itself. But literally they can look very, very different. Maybe you could do one that's someone in the gym, or maybe you don't even have to make it gym themed at all. Like it can just be simple plain text, like Christian gym rats, gain 10 pounds of muscle, or you don't pay, learn more. You can have it as simple as possible because do you know how Andromeda works? Yeah, Andromeda is going to look at the creative and that's going to be the actual targeting. You're not going to have to worry about all of that. Now that you have this, literally, I'll go to your ads manager, by the way, and I'll just set it up for you. So what you want to do, you're in the campaign settings, just, create ad, click the leads, right? Because you're going for leads. You want people coming in. You don't want people that like aren't intentful. So new lead campaign, you can kind of leave this whatever, right? Just for example, buying type, auction, leads, Set it as campaign budget for now. Don't worry about ad set budget. However, do you know the actual differences of campaign budget versus the ad set budget?
No.
Okay. So what ad set budget is basically it's going to split all the ad set, all of the money that you're saying. Say you have 5 ad sets and you have $25 a day, right? 5 ad sets, $25 a day. If you have it at campaign budget, sometimes it's going to be like $20 for one ad set and $5 for another, but the other 3 don't get any. Or you could evenly split it. Ad set budget is basically going to test all 5 ad sets. So just you can leave it at campaign budget. Let Andromeda do the initial testing. Campaign bid strategy, highest volume. Don't have A/B test on. You don't need that on. Special ad categories, you don't have to worry about that. So that dynamic creative, turn that on because that's what is going to let Andromeda do all the testing, right? And make sure you have Advantage Plus on as well. Like you don't want it to be any manual testing. You want Advantage Plus on right here. See that? So instant forms, you're going to only have instant forms. So there's going to be too much friction if you lead them to like a lead form on a landing page, or maybe you lead them only to a direct booking page. So you want as many leads as possible. So from the form, they're going to be directed to a booking page, but initially have it as instant forms. Maximize number of leads, cost per result goals, nothing. Value rules, nothing. So you want dynamic creative on. The audience, have nothing. Like literally set it as broad as possible. Because if it's going to read the creative that you just made on ChatGPT, this one, if it's going to read it, you want to target as many people as possible, right? And then it'll just find the right people for you. So just don't limit yourself. You don't have to do any interest stacking. You don't have to do any of that. Same thing with placements, like let it go everywhere, right? And it'll just find where the right people are. So literally that. It's very, very simple. Don't have partnership ad off. Facebook page, Indomitus, Instagram account, yeah. And then if you have, right, this is a good banner. So you already have a form set up here, which is pretty good. So just make sure that your banner gained 10,000 muscle. By the way, multi-advertiser ads on, and then and then optimize for creative for each person. Turn that on as well, right? So it seems like you already set up the Facebook page or the Facebook form, which is good. Just slot 10, so like you have the creative, slot 10 into there, right? What it's going to look like is it's going to be like one campaign, right? And you're going to have like 5 different assets, right? Just, assets here. You're going to have, say, 5 different assets, 3 different assets, and you're going to have one ad here, one ad under each, right? And then with one ad under each ad is going to have 10 creatives. And that's why we want dynamic creative on. We don't want it to have like 10 different ads. We don't want it to have 10 different ads under the ad set. So basically, that way we can do the proper testing. For the primary text headline, you don't have to worry about that. Just let ChatGPT make a copy, like ask it to make some copy and then put it into the primary text, headline, description, and all of that. For the display link, you don't have to worry about that. Make sure that your call to action is learn more, right? And then, so basically when people see your ad, they're going to click on the lead form. For you guys, he's already made the lead form in here. I'm just going to walk through you guys what it's going to do. So it's like Indomitus, okay, hey there, fill in your information. We'll text you how this works. I just want to see if you have everything set up correctly. Fill in your information down below and we'll text you how this works. Full name, email, phone number, that's good. Privacy policy, good. And then thanks, you're all set. Due to high demand, our sports. Okay, you have this set wrong. So just change that. Like it's our spots. Our spots are very limited. Book now. And then with the book now, it's going to lead over to a booking page, right? Yes. On the booking page, make sure that there's no friction at all. It's literally just your offer and then the calendar that they can book in on. Basically on the back end, if you want to see, right? It's going to look like this. So in like the Go High level, the Facebook lead form is going to be submitted, right? And then an opportunity is going to be created. You can assign it to a user. You know what a webhook is? Okay, so basically third-party software called Zapier, and it connects to Discord. So basically have a Zapier webhook integrated into that Go High level automation, and then you can just set it as whatever you want with the correct values. So it's like the value is going to come into Go High level and it's going to send it over to Zapier. And Zapier is going to send it to Discord like us. So it's like, hey, first name, last name, phone, email, and where it came from, right? It literally exactly what is on the lead form. This is what it's going to look like. Say they do a booking page, right? Like, hey, book a time to speak with our team. Once they book in, like this is for a B2B offer, right? But for your offer specifically, it's like name, phone, how long you've been working out for, and like what's their biggest challenge at the gym. Are they like, oh, is it getting started? Is the biggest challenge like getting better form, building muscle, sticking to a diet, losing weight? Or maybe it's like nutrition. You can have different pain points that they can choose from. That way, when you get the appointment, you have like a general idea of what they're even struggling with. Right? Like, hey, I saw that you booked in a call for tomorrow, and you can just make sure that you watch the nurture videos that are sent over or something. And then you can ask them like, hey, what they're able to invest to get their dream physique or what they're able to invest. That way, you can actually somewhat qualify them since they already booked the call. If they haven't booked the call, the setter's going to qualify them financially, right? So your setter, when you hire a setter, make sure that you financially qualify them.
So in the call, right? Let's say I have appointment set. All I'm asking is like just to confirm the information and see their financial situation.
Well, you also want to know like where they're actually at, like what they need help with.
Yeah, like
that way you can like lead in
like what stage they're at.
Yeah, what stage are they? Are they like a beginner? Like how long they've been lifting? That's a better question. And then you can ask them like what they're able to invest into like an actual program to get X, Y, and Z, or maybe like get their dream physique or lose 10 pounds, right? Whatever the offer is. In the actual form in Go High Level, what you can do is, do you know what conditional logic is?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, say they have no money to get into the program. It's like they have absolutely zero. Like, so you can give them finance. That's when you're going to ask for their credit score and stuff like that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, hey, can you 100% attend and get their Instagram as well in case you can't contact them through the phone? It might add in a little friction. Some people, they leave it out, but like you can make it into a required thing, or, you can kind of just like they'll put NA or something. Right. So this is what it's going to look like on the back end.
Okay.
So the automations, what you want to do is like when someone makes a new lead, it's like, hey, is this John? Like, it's just simple. Just make it as human as possible. And then for when they do a direct booking, what you want to do is like, hey, like it's David from Indomitus. Like, I know you booked in, but like, here's a little challenge for you. I'm going to be calling you soon on my personal, but like, if you beat me and text me, I'll give you a gift that I'm sure you like. And then it's like, hey, text my personal. Like, and then it's your personal phone number. So basically that's what it's going to look like. And then the setting process is going to be relatively simple, right? So with the setting process, like that's literally like getting appointments, right? So you now have the lead form, but like when you're getting appointments, you want to make sure that you have 5 minutes to call them. Like as soon as the lead comes in, call them within the first 5 minutes, set the appointment, and make sure that you send in the nurture sequences. So like you're building a gap from where they are to where they want to be. And then once you build that desire, they understand they have this certain pain point. That's when typically you'll think, I need to book the appointment in, but don't do that. Not yet. Mm-hmm. What you're going to do is you're going to come in and say like, hey, would it be helpful if I sent over this like video to, make sure that we're on the same page. It can help you, be more focused on having better form or like have better nutrition, on the proper way to cut, stuff like that, mm-hmm. right? On whatever their pain point is. So you're going to have resources for that. And then basically you're going to send them over. And then after you send that over is when you book the appointment, because you want to hype up the video. You want to hype up the resources that you have. If you hype it up, the more chance they have to watch it.
So, but for example, I'll send over the video and then give it like an hour and send over the link.
No. Right after you build that desire, you don't want to send them a booking link or anything.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You want to book them on the call on their behalf.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, let me just like walk you through that, like the nurture-based setting process, right? So like this is basically what you're doing, like getting them from A to Z, right? Building that desire, and you want to help as much as possible. So see, like, would it be helpful if I sent over this resource for you to look at? It's going to help you with XYZ pain point, and it's going to make sure that you don't have like future pain. And then after, that's when you come in and like be assumptive here. It's like, that's when you book it in. Like, and by the way, like does tomorrow, like 3 p.m. work for you? Kind of see if what we have can even help you. That's when you book it in, because they already see you as like, oh, like this guy's helping me, right?
Okay.
Because your goal is to help as much as possible. Yeah. So if you have a setter calling, these are like, there's like a checklist, right? So like he's calling within the first 5 minutes, he's created desire, right? Yeah. And then he's going to make a group chat with whoever it is. And if you have a closer, then the setter is going to make a group chat with the closer. It's going to be 3 ways, right? Okay. And it's kind of going to look like this. Like, hey, Ray, it's Kenny from Indomitus, right? We just got off the phone. You're going to be talking to the closer's name, right? And he's going to hype up the video. And then the closer, or like, let's say you have a setter and it books it with you. You're going to send in a voice memo being like, hey, make sure, I hope you had a good talk with him. Make sure that you watch those videos that the setter sent you, or whoever your setter's name is. So basically you're bridging their problem right now. The setter has put them in a state where they want to help themselves because they know they're going through a certain pain, and then they're going to watch that video because you framed it as like, that video is the bridge to solving all my problems.
Okay.
Right. And then they also have an appointment with you. The setter, he's ensured that he has resources to watch, right? You're basically just using the 7-11-4 rule where they watch like 7 hours of your content, or like 7 pieces of your content, like 11 different touch points, 11 different hours, and like across 4 different platforms. So basically you're just trying to nurture them as much as possible. And then like I said, like you're going to send a voice memo. After they do a direct booking, your setter's going to send 2 resources. It's going to be the video, but it's also going to send like a next step page. So like this is our next step page. Right? It's like, great work, right? You've completed the application. This is what you can expect. And it's like answering FAQs, what the program guidelines are, refunds in worst case scenario, the guarantee, like our mission, and like who we don't want in there. And then you're going to have like testimonials here. So that's what it looks like. Let me go to your YouTube channel. Let's see what pain points you worked on so far. Okay, so like body recomposition, I'm cutting 40 pounds and building muscle and losing fat. That's like body recomp. Right? Like how to body recomp, that's one pain point. They don't know how to do that. Or maybe, this is your mission, right? This is your mission statement. So maybe they come on, they book an appointment and they're watching resources and they click on your channel. They're going to know more about you from like watching these videos, right? So it's also good that you have videos of yourself. So how to bulk, how to cut, that's basically another one too, right? You should also talk about like nutrients, like what are the best nutrients or what are the best supplements that you can take? Let's say there's a Christian who's trying to, get into bodybuilding, but they don't know if taking supplements is an act against God, or maybe they don't know if taking peptides is an act against God, right? They want to be closer to Christianity, but they also have these certain questions. So like make resources for those questions. That way they actually know. And then frequently asked questions, right? So what you have on the next step page isn't informational. It's more about like the program in and of itself. So like questions that they might have on the program itself. That's where you're going to answer all the next step questions. That's what you're going to do. And then once you do that, you don't even need to be good at sales. Like just have a good appointment setting process. And then if you've done the nurturing correctly, they should come onto the call, right? They're qualified. They can be a client. They like you. They know you. They know why you're different, why you're unique. You resonate with them. They like you, everything. And then it's literally converting someone from ads that's cold, that doesn't know who you are, into a person that's like, hey, I trust this person. It's like, I want to sign on. I want him to help me achieve X, Y, Z, or help me lose 10 pounds, help me gain 10 pounds of muscle, stuff like that. So see how like with the proper appointment setting, you can turn a cold lead who doesn't know who you are into basically someone who came from your YouTube, an organic lead, right? So you don't need to be good at sales, right? All you need to do is just have good marketing, like have good nurturing. Mm-hmm. So once you actually have that, you're just getting clients now. And then once you have like a crap ton of clients, that's what the nurturing process is actually going to be.
Yeah.
Right. And then like the structure that you want. So initially how it's going to be is like, it's going to be like this. Initially, this is going to be you.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be setting, right? You're going to be setting, you're going to have sales, right? And then under you, you're going to have, You're going to have clients, right?
Yeah.
Clients. So what you want to do is like, you want to outsource literally everything. That way you can actually focus on the things that matter, right? So it's like you're setting, you're doing sales, you're talking to clients, you only have 24 hours in the day. So you want to fix that. So like initially you're going to hire out a setter. So this is out of the equation. So now you can focus entirely on sales and just clients. And then once you have that, take yourself out from the sales process, right? So you get a closer in, right? You get a closer in, you have a setter in. So there's a setter, right?
Yeah.
My mouth is cooked, but you get what I mean. You have a closer and a setter. And then you're only focusing on managing the closer and the setter, and you're only managing the clients and making sure that they're happy. So basically initially, like you're going to have full control, but then you can have full control at scale. So like later what it's going to look like is like, okay, so David, and then what you're going to have is you're just going to have a sales manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have a sales manager, and then that's going to be taking care of two people, right? The setter and the closer. So like the setter is going to be nurturing, the closer is going to be, if the setter does his job, the closer is just a cashier.
Okay.
Like it's literally a cashier because like they already know they're coming on the call, they like you. Now you have a lot more bandwidth because that entire sales side is taken care of. You have a lot more bandwidth to actually focus on the things that matter, like fulfillment, right? Making sure that your clients are held accountable, right? That way you can have like you and a CSM, right? You can actually take care of the clients, right? Because clients are number one. Like Steve Jobs, he wasn't like cold calling. He wasn't, selling these phones out on, in front of people every single day. He was making sure that the iPhone was actually good. So like at the end of the day, you just want to outsource yourself from the entire sales process so that you can focus on clients. Clients are your number one thing. As long as you have good clients, you're just going to get a crap ton of referrals. You're going to have like a lot of happy people, and all of the rebills in case like people haven't paid completely, they'll actually rebill you because you have a good service. So basically that's literally everything that you need to do. What that's going to look like, and one mistake that a lot of people do is like, don't try to outsource yourself from setting and closing too fast. Because as a business owner, you need to know the entire business like the back of your hand. You need to know how to do it.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to do it, like if the closer comes and like, hey, how do I sell this offer? You don't know how to like actually sell. You don't know like what to say, you don't know how to pitch, then there's going to be a problem. So like you want to actually do some appointment setting, get comfortable at it, right? You want to hop on sales calls, start getting comfortable at it, comfortable pitching, stuff like that. And then that's when you're going to be able to really just outsource yourself. So initially, do appointment setting yourself, do the closing yourself, manage the clients, like maybe for like a week or 2 weeks or a month, right? And then hire out a setter because you know how to set. It's low leverage.
Yeah.
And then, have the closer out, right? And then get a sales manager later on once you're like, don't want to manage anymore. And then after that, all you have to do is just focus on the clients. Because like I only focus on the clients, right? I only focus on the things that matter because that's what's leverage. Like I want to make sure like clients are happy. I want to put my time to the stuff that, is actually meaningful, which is helping other people like get their dream physique, right? Helping other people build muscle. Yeah. Or for me, it's like help them get results, right? Actual good results, and make sure that they're happy. Make sure that if there's anything that I can do to make them getting from their current state to where they want to be easier, like that's what I'm going to focus on. That's basically how you want to scale. It's actually it's very simple. Like I'm not overcomplicating it by telling you like, oh, like you have to run like these specific sort of campaigns. You don't have to worry about like these crazy lead form questions, like what's the best question you can ask on the lead form? Like nothing, right? It's very, very simple. You just get a bunch of leads, try to optimize for the lowest cost per lead, have a setter call them, qualify them, book the appointment, and then have proper nurturing systems and proper next step page. So that way they come onto the call knowing who you are, and then they're just closed from there. And then you get a bunch of clients, you outsource yourself, then you literally hit 50K a month. It might be kind of like too simple, but like simple is what scales. It's not easy because like obviously there's like things like how do I pitch properly, all of that. Like it's something you're gonna learn as you actually just get in there and do it. I don't want you to focus on things like that don't matter. Like anything outside of this just doesn't matter.
Okay.
Right? Like you see how I never said like have a website, or like, oh, you need to like send cold DMs. I didn't mention any of that because that doesn't matter. You have a good service. You have your PT license too, right? Like you're actually certified to do stuff like this and actually train someone. You have education to back it up, the dream physique to back it up, and people like you. So it's like focus on the things that matter, have them come to you. So that's why I said run ads. Like it's not supposed to be easy though. Yeah. Like you definitely have to work hard. Like there's going to be times when you're like, fuck, like shit isn't moving forward, or like I hate having to set every single day, right? But you do it anyways because you need to start getting better. Yeah, there will be weeks where you're not going to see progress. Like you putting in the reps that it's actually what's going to move the needle forward. That's pretty much what you want to do. It's pretty simple. Does that make sense? Yeah, this is it's very, very simple. This is how I would, and what he's going to be doing to scale his fitness offer to 50K a month. But yeah, it's very, very simple. He's already getting ads set up as we speak right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions, just drop them in the comments below. Like anything specific about his offer or maybe your offer, like I can answer any questions that you have in the comments, or maybe send them over on DMs on Instagram in the description. But yeah, other than that, you're about to cook. All right. Well, other than that, see you guys.